My hands are shaking again. I press them flat against my thighs, willing them to stop, willing my heartbeat to slow, willing the fear crawling up my throat to disappear. But it never does. Every morning I wake up and remind myself of the same 3 rules. Keep your head down. Keep your sense suppressed. Keep your secret buried. Because if anyone discovers what I really am, I'm dead. My name is Ren Arclen. At least, that's what my forged documents say. And I'm standing at the gates of Veloria Academy, the most prestigious alpha institution in the nation. The place where the sons of the elite train to become future leaders. The place where people like me aren't supposed to exist. I shouldn't be here, but I have nowhere else to go. Welcome to Crave Beale Stories. Before we continue, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is your only way of supporting us. We also promise to give you interesting and exciting BL stories. The fog clings to everything this morning. The towers, the cobblestones, even my uniform collar that I've buttoned too high. I can feel the suppressant pill dissolving under my tongue. Bitter. Metallic. A taste I've learned to live with. It burns going down, but it's the only thing keeping my scent hidden. The only thing keeping me alive. Students flood through the gates around me, loud, confident, their laughter sharp with privilege. They move like they own the world. Because they do. I keep my eyes down and follow the crowd into the main courtyard. The academy is even more intimidating up close. Gothic arches, stained glass windows. Marble statues of past alphas watching us with cold, judging eyes. I feel so small here. So wrong. I find my name on the roster board. Ren Arclen, Class 3A, Dormitory West Wing, Room 217. Relief floods through me. West Wing. That's the quietest section. Fewer people. Fewer eyes. Maybe I can actually survive this. I'm about to head toward the dorms when someone bumps into me. Hard. My books scatter across the ground. "Watch it," a voice snaps. I drop to my knees immediately, gathering my things, keeping my face hidden. "Sorry," I mutter. "My fault." The guy scoffs and walks away. I stay crouched for a moment longer than necessary, waiting for my pulse to steady. First rule, don't draw attention. I collect the last book and stand. And that's when I feel it. Someone is watching me. I glance up slowly. Across the courtyard, leaning against one of the stone pillars with his arms crossed, is a tall figure with silver eyes. He's staring directly at me. Not the casual kind of looking. The kind that strips you bare. My breath catches. I recognize him immediately. Everyone does. Kael Draven, top alpha of the academy, son of Lord Draven, the untouchable prince of Veloria. And he's looking at me like he's trying to solve a puzzle. I force myself to turn away, to keep walking, but I can still feel his gaze burning into my back. What did I do wrong? Did he notice something? My heart pounds so hard I'm afraid it's audible. I slip into the West Wing dormitory and close the door behind me, pressing my back against the wood. I'm overreacting. He doesn't know. He can't know. Right? The first week passes in a blur of lectures and silence. I sit in the back of every classroom. I don't raise my hand. I don't make friends. I eat lunch alone in the library, hidden between rows of dusty books where no one bothers to look. It's lonely, but loneliness is safer than exposure. Everything changes during combat drills. It's a mandatory class, hand-to-hand combat, weapons training, dominance exercises. All designed to shape us into perfect alphas. I've been dreading this day, because fighting means proximity. Proximity means scent, and scent means... "Arclen!" I snap to attention. The instructor is pointing at me. "You're up. Sparring ring now." My stomach drops. I walk toward the center mat, trying to keep my breathing even. The other students form a loose circle around us. And then I hear his voice. I'll take him. My blood turns to ice. I look up. Kael Draven steps into the ring, rolling his shoulders lazily like this is nothing, like I'm nothing. But there's something in his eyes. Sharp, curious, predatory. The instructor raises an eyebrow. Draven, he's not in your weight class. I'll go easy on him, Kael says with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Liar. I force myself to pick up the training staff. My palms are sweating. The instructor blows the whistle. Kael doesn't move immediately. He circles me slowly, deliberately, like a wolf sizing up prey. You look fragile, Arclen, he says casually. Sure you're not lost? I don't answer. I can't. If I open my mouth, my voice will shake. Kael lunges. I barely dodge, muscle memory kicking in. My body moves before my brain can catch up. I sidestep his next strike, duck under his swing, pivot away from his reach. But I don't attack. I can't afford to. Because attacking means aggression, dominance, testosterone. All things that would clash with the suppressants in my system. All things that might make my scent spike. So I dodge, retreat, survive. Kael's eyes narrow. Interesting, he murmurs. He moves faster now, testing me, pushing me. I block his staff with mine, and for just a second, we're locked together. Close, too close. I can feel the heat radiating off him. Smell the faint cedar and steel scent that clings to his skin. And then he leans in, just slightly, and inhales. My heart stops. No, 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 no. Kael pulls back, tilting his head. Strange, he says quietly. You smell different. The entire world narrows to those 3 words. Different. He noticed. Oh God, he noticed. I force a laugh, short, sharp, desperate. Maybe it's your ego clogging your nose. Laughter ripples through the watching students. Kael's jaw tightens, but something flickers in his expression. Not anger, curiosity. The instructor blows the whistle. That's enough. Back to your positions. I drop the staff immediately and walk away before my legs give out. I don't look back, but I can feel him watching me. Always watching. Sound of door closing, muffled breathing. I make it to the bathroom just in time. I lock myself in a stall and sink to the floor, pressing my hands over my mouth to muffle the sound of my panic. My scent is spiking. I can feel it. The warmth spreading under my skin. The sweetness threatening to break through the chemical barrier. I fumble for the pill bottle in my pocket and swallow 2 suppressants dry. They stick in my throat. I close my eyes and count. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. He doesn't know. He can't know. You're fine. You're safe. But I don't believe it anymore. After that day, everything gets worse. Kael starts showing up everywhere. In the hallways between classes, in the library where I used to hide, at the training grounds during free periods. At first, I think it's coincidence, but then I realize he's following me. Not obviously, not aggressively, but he's there. Always there. During history class, I feel someone sitting on the empty desk beside me. I glance over. Kael. He never sits in the back. He's staring straight ahead, expression bored. But I can see the corner of his mouth twitch. Arclen, he says without looking at me. Yes? You missed a question on yesterday's quiz. I blink. What? Question 7. You wrote that the second accord happened in 1847. It was 1846. I stare at him. Why does he know that? Why does he care? Thanks, I say slowly. I'll remember that. He smirks. You should. Wouldn't want people thinking you don't belong here. The words are casual, but they land like a threat. It continues like this for weeks. Kael picks on me during drills, corners me in hallways, challenges me to duels I refuse. He criticizes my form, mocks my hesitation, questions my scores. But it's not normal bullying. It's something else. Because sometimes, when he thinks I'm not looking, I catch him staring. Not with contempt. With something I can't name. And then the rumors start. Whispers in the dining hall, murmurs in the locker rooms. Did you hear? Someone said there's an Omega hiding among us. Impossible. How would they even get in? Maybe that new guy, Arclen, he's too quiet, too soft. My appetite vanishes. I stop eating in public spaces. I skip communal showers. I take triple doses of suppressants that leave me dizzy and nauseous. I'm running out of time, and I can feel Kael's eyes on me more than ever. One evening, I'm walking back to my dorm when he steps out of the shadows. I nearly jump out of my skin. Relax, Kael says, holding up his hands. I'm not going to bite. What do you want? My voice comes out sharper than intended. He steps closer. Too close. I can see the silver flecks in his eyes. The way his jaw tenses like he's holding something back. You, he says quietly. My breath catches. What? You confuse me, Kael continues, his voice low, almost frustrated. You don't act like the others. You don't talk like them. You don't even smell like them. Panic floods my veins. I don't know what you... Don't, he cuts me off. Don't lie to me, Ren. It's the first time he's used my first name, and it sounds wrong coming from his mouth. Too intimate. Too dangerous. I take a step back. Leave me alone, Kael. For a moment, he looks almost hurt, but then his expression hardens. Fine, he says coldly, but you can't hide forever. He walks away, leaving me trembling in the empty corridor. That night, I can't sleep, because I know he's right. It happens 3 days later. A storm rolls in after midnight. Violent, sudden, apocalyptic. Lightning splits the sky. Thunder shakes the walls. The electricity flickers and dies, and I run out of suppressants. No. I shake the bottle again, desperate, but there's nothing left. My last shipment was supposed to arrive this morning, but the storm delayed everything. I can already feel it starting. The warmth spreading under my skin. The sweetness rising from my glands. My scent. My real scent, breaking through the chemical walls. I have maybe an hour before it's noticeable. I need more pills. Now. I throw on my jacket and slip out of the dorm, keeping to the shadows. The infirmary keeps emergency suppressants. If I can just get there. The hallways are dark, empty, everyone's asleep. I make it to the infirmary and try the door. Locked. Of course it's locked. I fumble with the handle, panic clawing at my throat. There's a window around the side. Small, but I can fit. I pry it open and climb through, dropping onto the tile floor with a soft thud. The suppressants are kept in a locked cabinet behind the desk. I find a letter opener and wedge it into the lock, twisting, praying. Click. Relief floods through me. I grab a bottle, twist the cap, and it slips from my trembling hands. No, the vial explodes against the floor, liquid spreading like spilled secrets, and with it, my scent, undiluted, unmistakable, sweet like rain-soaked flowers, warm like honey, magnetic, Omega. I drop to my knees, trying frantically to clean it up, but it's too late. The scent is everywhere. So it's true. I freeze. I look up slowly. Kael is standing in the doorway, soaked from the rain, his uniform half undone. His silver eyes are locked on me. And I see it. The moment everything clicks into place for him. Kael, my voice breaks. It's not, I can explain. But he's already moving. He crosses the room in 3 strides and grabs my wrist. Not rough, but firm, desperate. All this time, he whispers, his voice raw. You lied to me. Tears burn behind my eyes. I had to, I plead. You don't understand. If they find out, they'll destroy me. They'll kill me, Kael. His grip tightens. They won't. I blink up at him through blurred vision. What? Kael pulls me to my feet, his other hand coming up to cup the side of my face. His touch is warm, gentle, completely at odds with everything I know about him. They won't, he repeats, his voice shaking. I won't let them. The storm rages outside. But in this moment, the world feels impossibly still. I should run. I should push him away. I should do anything but stand here, frozen, as Kael Draven, the Academy's cruelest alpha, looks at me like I'm something precious. You drive me insane, he breathes, and I hate it. I hate that I can't stop thinking about you. I hate that when you're hurting, I feel it. I hate that the thought of someone hurting you makes me want to burn this entire place down. His thumb brushes across my cheekbone. But I can't stay away. And then he pulls me against him. His arms wrap around me, solid and sure, and for the first time in years, I feel safe. I bury my face in his chest and let myself break. After that night, everything changes. Kael becomes my shadow, my shield. The rumors about a hidden Omega continue, but now when people whisper, Kael is there, standing too close, watching too carefully, and everyone backs off, because no one questions Kael Draven. We start meeting in secret. There's a spot behind the west courtyard, an old cherry blossom tree that no one visits. The branches hang low enough to hide us from view. We meet there after classes. At first, we don't talk much. Kael brings me food because he notices I've stopped eating in the dining hall. I bring him silence because I think that's all I have to offer. But slowly, silence turns into words. Why do you do it? I ask one evening. Kael glances at me. Do what? Act like you hate everyone. He's quiet for a long moment. Then, because it's easier. Easier than what? Than letting them see that I'm not what they think I am. I understand that more than he knows. Pause. He tells me things he's never said aloud. How exhausting it is to be perfect, to be strong, to be his father's son. How Lord Draven raised him to see compassion as weakness, affection as vulnerability. How he learned to hurt people before they could hurt him. I don't want to be like him, Kael says quietly. But I don't know how to be anything else. I reach over and take his hand. He stares at our intertwined fingers like he's seeing something impossible. You're not him, I say. You're here, with me. That's proof enough. He looks at me then, really looks at me, and something in his expression cracks open. You make me want to be better, he whispers. Days turn into weeks. We fall into a rhythm. Secret glances across classrooms, stolen moments under the cherry blossoms, late-night conversations when the world is asleep. And somewhere along the way, I stop being afraid of him. I start looking forward to seeing him. I start feeling something I thought I'd never feel again. Hope. Then one evening, Kael tells me something that shatters everything. We're sitting under our tree, watching the sun set through the branches. My father is hosting a gala next month, he says, to celebrate the Academy's anniversary. Okay, I say slowly. Kael's jaw tightens. He's also announcing a new initiative. Increased security screenings. Mandatory scent testing for all students. My blood runs cold. What? He's convinced there's an Omega here. He wants to find them. No? He's also going to give a speech, Kael continues, his voice hollow, about the importance of maintaining alpha purity, about the Omega purge, about how necessary it was. I can barely breathe. The purge that happened 12 years ago? I manage. Kael nods. He led it, personally. He's proud of it. My vision blurs. 12 years ago, my family, my home, everything I lost. Kael is still talking, but his voice sounds distant now. I hate it. I hate what he did. I hate that I'm his son. Kael, I interrupt. I need to go. I stand abruptly. Ren, what's wrong? Nothing. I need to think. I walk away before he can see the tears. Someone exposes me the next week. I don't know who. I don't know how. But suddenly, I'm being escorted to the main hall by 2 security officers. My heart is pounding so hard I think it might burst. The council chamber is full, every seat occupied, every eye on me. I'm led to the center of the room, a spot marked on the floor like an executioner's block. The headmaster sits at the high table, flanked by council members. And at the front row, Lord Draven, Kael's father. His expression is cold, satisfied, like he's been waiting for this. I search the crowd for Kael, but I don't see him. He's not here. He's not. The headmaster clears his throat. Ren Arclen, you stand accused of fraudulent enrollment, identity falsification, and contamination of alpha spaces. Contamination. The word makes me feel dirty. Wrong. Less than human. The evidence is clear, the headmaster continues. Your scent profile does not match your documentation. You are, in fact, an Omega. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Whispers explode like wildfire. A fraud. Disgusting. How did he even get in? I close my eyes. This is it. This is how it ends. Ren Arclen, the headmaster says, your enrollment is hereby. He's not the one who should be ashamed. My eyes snap open. That voice. Kael. I turn, and there he is, pushing through the crowd, his uniform disheveled, his eyes blazing. Kael? Lord Draven's voice cuts through the room like a whip. Sit down. But Kael keeps walking. He comes to stand beside me, right beside me, in front of everyone. You talk about purity, Kael says, his voice carrying through the chamber. About strength. About what it means to be alpha. He turns to face his father. But what strength is there in cruelty, in fear, in crushing anyone who's different? Kael, Lord Draven stands. You will not disgrace this family. You disgraced it the moment you taught me that power means hurting people who can't fight back. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Kael's voice drops, but it's no less powerful. If being alpha means crushing what I love, then I'd rather be nothing. And then, he takes my hand, in front of everyone. My breath catches. Kael, I whisper, what are you doing? He looks at me, and there's no fear in his eyes, only certainty. Choosing you, he says simply. The chamber erupts. Lord Draven's face turns red with fury. The council shouts. Students gasp and whisper and stare. But Kael doesn't let go. Neither do I. We're expelled together. The official verdict comes down the next morning. Kael is disowned, stripped of his title, removed from his family registry. I'm just me. No longer pretending, no longer hiding. Just Ren. We walk through Veloria's gates for the last time. The fog is thick this morning, just like the day I arrived. But everything feels different now. I glance at Kael. He's smiling. Not the cruel smirk I'm used to. A real smile. Soft. Free. Guess we're both free now, he says. I stop walking. Kael, you gave up everything. He stops too, turning to face me fully. No, he says, reaching up to cup my face. I finally chose something for myself. Tears blur my vision. What if I'm not worth it? Kael laughs, quiet, gentle. You're worth everything, Ren. He leans his forehead against mine. And I'm going to spend however long it takes proving that to you. We start walking again, away from Veloria, away from expectations and lies and the weight of everything we were supposed to be. The fog begins to lift as we reach the edge of the forest. Sunlight breaks through the clouds, pale and tentative, but there. I glance up at the sky and whisper a promise. To my family, to the boy I used to be, to everyone who didn't survive. This time, I'll live, not just survive. Kael squeezes my hand, and together we disappear into the mist, into a future we'll build ourselves, into freedom. My name is Ren, and this is just the beginning. Thanks for watching. I know this is insane. Trust me, I'm living it, and I still can't believe it. But if you want to know what happens next, hit that subscribe button. Because this story, it's just getting started, and I promise you, nothing will prepare you for what comes next.